Okay, we gotta talk about the new My Hero Academia movie, or if you were like my theater, just call it My Hero Academia 2. What's gonna be for the anime onlys? Um, we'll keep this both non-spoiler and spoiler. And so we'll just go ahead and start. I give it an 8 out of 10, a B, 4 out of 5 stars. If we're gonna go Jeremy John's route, maybe I'd wait till Amazon Prime to rent it. But yeah, so non-spoiler review. Solid movie. You can have a good time. Yeah, cool visuals, cool fights. Everyone in Class 1A gets their moment to shine. And yeah, it's a solid movie, but I really can't talk about what I want to because that's the spoiler part. So I guess to answer, if anyone's looking for, been searching, should I watch this? Who is this for? If you only care about cool visuals, cool fights, hype moments, great. Then yeah, go for it. But if you're really invested in like storytelling and writing and dialogue, or um, the integrity of where the series is going, then I would probably just wait. Don't watch it in theaters. Just wait till it's on Prime. Just keep watching the show, and when you remember, oh yeah, there was another movie, then go check it out again. And that's about it. If you were looking for an answer like that, because I was searching YouTube and there was no. There's either people really just spoiler filled reviews or manga spoilers. Like I just wanted to. I figured, I don't see enough, so I'll just be the dude that's like, no, guys, for all the anime onlys, whether you just don't read the manga or choosing not to read the manga or choosing not to read ahead or whatever, willpower, personal preference. So this is for that demographic, I guess. So I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and watch it. It's a cool movie, definitely solid, but I do have some complaints about it. So this is probably going to be the part of the video where we just go ahead and get into the spoiler talk. So if you were looking for that kind of answer, it's a good time. Take your friends. I saw it with my bandmates right after band practice. Went and saw it. Saw it dubbed because the drummer watches it dubbed. I watch both. Guitarist watched the sub, and then he was like, what, I think we should just watch dub because doing this bit on a big ass screen, theater screen, it's not the same. Yeah, I can do it real easy on my iPhone. Just read the subs, but it's such a small phone, you can see it. I read it on my tablet, watch on my tablet, but yeah. So we saw a dub, although I'm sure the sub is probably, people will argue or have their preference, but I'll probably go watch the sub probably on either tonight or later this week. But alright, so let's get into the spoiler part. So if hopefully that was enough for a non-spoiler thing, or if you were just looking for all the, do I want it? Should I just go ahead and skip it? There's my answer. So that's the spoiler part for all the anime onlys. Solid movie up until the ending. My only complaint. I took a while to think about this. Spent all night last night, bit of this morning, marinating on it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the ending. And by the ending, well, really not really the ending. The Deku passes on all one for all to Bakugo at the end, and I was like, so that's not the problem. That was actually kind of like, oh shit, like fuck, that's pretty intense, pretty hype. But then it just got as the seconds passed, I could hear my bandmates to the side and even people behind me. I heard someone straight up say, "What is going on?" Because then it just got didn't think I'd ever use this in a negative way, but it felt too much like Dragon Ball Z. It was like, I guess it's Super Saiyan now, but it felt like there was no consequences to any of it. Like, he passes it on. Cool moment. Oh shit moment. Okay, all right, damn. Like, I get to beat the bad guy. Sure, the bad guy's motivation was also stupid. It's just typical anime. I gotta shape the world how I want. Power hungry. And they even pointed out, it sounds like or at least in the dub they worded it. It sounds like a power hungry maniac. Yeah, could have been better, but whatever. It's just a side movie, kind of like the old Dragon Ball Z or Naruto movies. I'm pretty sure nobody remembers what they're actually about, except the real important one, like Naruto the Last or Dragon Ball Broly, Super Broly. Those are the ones that actually matter. But yeah, so really, it's like solid. Like, I fucking love, everyone in the class gets time to shine, but I don't know where this is supposed to take place. When this is supposed to. It's definitely after season 4. I guess I should have mentioned that in the non-spoiler part. If you were looking, I guess I would wait till after the season ended, because right away I noticed, it was like, the character design of looks a little weird. So if you saw episode 82, today's Sunday, March 1st. If you saw last night's episode, you can see Deku actually goes up to Hatsumi and is like, oh, he put it in the request for the glove, basically. And it's like, oh, okay, so to help with his air blast on his fingertips. Because then in the movie, right away, and I was like, oh, there's a new design for his glove. And then, sure enough, later he uses it, and I guess he masters it at some point, and he weaponizes it, and the glove helps him shoot off a little air blast. So I guess that was a spoiler to an anime only like me, but I mean, you knew, and you could put 2 and 2 together. It wasn't a big deal. So cool, I guess. But then you saw other people, like, their character designs look a little different, or like they have new gear, or someone's uses new powers that we haven't seen before, new ultimate moves, I guess. Pretty cool, but I guess it's to be expected. So now we know, at least I see it like, we know that's where they're gonna end up in a season or 2, I guess. Season 5, I guess. But really. So little nitpicks, but not a deal breaker. You can see where it's going. You can put 2 and 2 together. But the problem it's just the passing on of One for All. Like, why? I mean, it would have been cool, and then they made it stupid. Because aside from the character, being like Dragon DBZ, it was just really awkward. I know Bakugo is a fanboy of All Might as well, but to just hear him suddenly know how to use all the powers, and then him also saying Detroit's Mouth was a little awkward. But I guess, and then it was cool as fuck what Studio Bones was doing with the animation. It looked just like another Chisaki fight, but at the same time, was also just, it felt like an undeserved Chisaki fight, if that makes sense. Like all of season 4, or at least the first part is, we see the build up, we see whatever. Then there's a point that was made. Then we can use the full power. Then we can see the full on beatdown happen. It felt great, felt badass. It was hype. But this was just like, okay, now there's 2 of them again. It was only like a month ago that happened, or like 3 weeks ago, I think. When that episode aired, and then the ass pull of it was just like, they win, they knock out. Almost like, oh, you fell unconscious, so the transfer wasn't complete. I was like, wow, that is stupid. But then he saves it a little bit, but it's not too much of a save because then he's like, the previous users saved was it's a miracle. They saved. Thank you so much, and for letting them keep the power. And it was like, I guess we've kind of seen it before with like Avatar, where the previous avatars spirits would help them or save them or whatever. Not too far fetched, but it's just like, why would you give us such a hype, badass, epic moment, and then just like, but it doesn't matter. And then the stupidest fucking thing was like, Bakugo just doesn't remember. He was just so beat up that he just doesn't remember accepting it. Because then the next morning he's like, what the hell happened to my arms? And he just doesn't remember. Like, how fucking convenient. That was so stupid. Like, they could have written it out or like gotten a better way out on that. Like in the last movie, Deku gets the full gauntlets, and he can use 100% of his power, but then they break in the finale, in the climax. Makes sense. You can't use it again. It was just that one shot thing. Or even just with the Chisaki fight that we saw, he had Ares helping. It was just a one shot thing. It's a little more. I think what they need to work on is like the special moments are gonna be when he goes 100% and it's hype as fuck, and he can. There's no super severe consequences, but then he can't use it again forever until whenever he becomes a pro. And then back to the movie, when he gives the power off, he's like, you figure like there's no way that they're gonna end it like that. Like, this isn't the finale. Like, this is the story of how he becomes the greatest hero ever, and then just to hand it off and like, he's gonna lose that power, but then they pull the assholes. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. All right, so I guess we can go back on track. I guess none of this didn't matter. It wasn't canon, I guess. But it's just like, why would you give us such a hype moment, an epic moment, but it's just so undeserved. It was so, I don't know, just doing it just for the fuck of it, just because you could, just because you wanted to make money. And then, turns out that it was actually the creator's original idea for the ending of the whole series to, hand it off. Cool, I dig it, but at the same time, there's two new problems. So it's either like, okay, so you decided to not go. He decided, okay, that'll be the original. That was my original idea. Decided not to go with it. So we'll just go ahead and let it just use it for the movie. But then it's like, that would have been a fucking epic ending, but okay, I can see maybe he has some creative decision. But then that brings up, what are you going to do to top that? Like, you must have something so damn epic that we can't even fathom that you're in the writing room figuring out. But I don't know. I guess we'll see in like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, however long it takes for this series to end. I don't know. Naruto went on for a long time. We'll see how long My Hero goes on for. But yeah, so I really just, I guess if I have to put it in words, I just didn't like that bit. Everything else was so cool. We had the waves of fighting, like, okay, well, first wave to wear out his power, second wave, third wave, okay. Then we go back. I did really like how Deku was basically All Might for the little boy, the Katsune, I think was his name. There's all little parallels between when All Might to him and Deku to the boy. So it was cool. It was like, oh yeah, the feels, the heartfelt moment. Or at the very end, it's like, you too can be. He doesn't word it exactly like, you too can be heroes. Like, but you can be a hero. And then it's like, he's like, oh shit, I can be. It was nice. It was cool. But my problem with that is like, it's a good send off for the show, but I know the show is not over. So it's like, doesn't matter. Like, I did see some fan art on Reddit earlier this morning though. It was that little boy from the movie, Eri, and that one boy from the summer training camp where he could shoot water. I forgot his name, but the hat, the dinosaur hat. They're all in UA, and you can see they're in UA. They're UA students, and they're grown up, and they're heroes. And then you can see Deku in the back. They don't show his face, just his mouth smiling, and he's like buff and whatever. Like he's basically their All Might. So that was cool. Like I love that. That's nice. But it's like it just felt too soon, or even then, it's just too soon. Like right after Chisaki, but I don't know. But I guess that's pretty much my whole tangent. I'll provide that link in case anyone wants to see that fan art. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Just that ending was just, I don't know how I felt. So I guess basically we're just, realistically what's probably going to happen is they just won't acknowledge it again. And we'll just forget about it. We'll just continue on with the manga. So, you know, this was for the anime onlys. There's how I felt. Hopefully, you know, I wouldn't say it ruined the experience. Like I'm still gonna enjoy. I'm still gonna wait for Saturday every week to see what happens next. And but yeah, it was just like this movie. Like it goes back to that quote. It's like they never asked of whether they could make it. It's like whether they did. They should have asked. You know, if they should. I don't know. So I wonder what the hell he's gonna do to top that epic ending, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty, guys. Y'all have a good one.